Finolex Industries. The CFO of the company is now with us. They declared their numbers. If you could just start by the top line growth of 19% in Q4. What would you attribute it? What was the volume growth in PVC pipe fitting segments and various other segments that you operate?
If you look at revenue, it has grown by 19%. But if we look at volumes, in pipes and fittings segment, we grew by 12.6%, while in PVC resin, we grew by 6%. Now, revenue has grown more because of the PVC price movement. And going forward, we expect volumes to grow in pipes and fitting segment because that is where we are expanding our capacities. And in resin segment, the volumes will remain similar and flat.
Hi, Mr. Whabi. Let's also talk about the PVC resin revenue. That grew by approximately 8.4%. What essentially aided this growth?
No, basically, if you see, revenue has grown only because of the rise in the PVC prices. But otherwise, if you see PVC segment, the EBIT margin has come down substantially in PVC segment, while in pipes and fittings segment, it is almost flat, slightly down in Q4. That is again because of the PVC price movements and the late pickup in demand.
Overall margins have been weak. What are the reasons for contraction? How would you attribute this in terms of any recovery or raw material prices that have impacted the numbers?
Basically, if you see these margins have suffered because of the PVC segment. And PVC prices have come down because of lack of demand in China where the construction activity had slowed down. So PVC prices were down while because of supply constraints, the main input, EDC, the prices were up. That is because the chloroalkali industry where chlorine is a byproduct and the EDC is produced by all these chloroalkali industries, the supplies were not so good. And that is why the EDC prices were much higher. And the delta, which is normally tracked in the industry, PVC EDC delta, that was more than $700 a ton last year. It has come down to 500 plus in Q4.
There's an increase in crude prices. What was the impact on PVC and how did average realization in the pipes business trend? I mean, are you looking at any price hikes?
The prices in the PVC segments are governed by the market prices. And talking about crude, the relationship is not linear. If we look at the recent past, in February, March, crude prices moved up by about 4% from $66 to $68, while PVC prices came down by about 5%. Now that was mainly because, again, as I said, lack of demand. And EDC, which is again crude derivative, the prices went up by 5%. So that relationship with crude price is not linear.
The government's focus will naturally be on rural development, especially now that we have a new one at the helm. So what are your expectations then for FY20 and how will that essentially aid your own growth on the top line and on the volume front?
See, we expect volume growth of about 12 to 15%. The demand should be good. Now, obviously, the new government coming in has promised that the water supply in all villages, so that will enhance the demand for PVC pipes. So we expect the market also to grow, and since we have expanded our capacities, obviously our volumes also should grow.
Okay, Mr. Whabi, we leave it at that. Thank you for joining in then on ET Now and explaining what went by for Finolex in the quarter gone by.